we are back with the pedal demo shootout reveal, comparing the three pedals that I was trying to get to sound similar to my beloved Boss Blues Driver. It's amazing how three completely different pedals made by three completely different companies can end up sounding so similar in the hands of one player. That is what I'm trying to get at here, is that it doesn't matter if you're using boutique stuff. It doesn't matter if you're using cheap Boss pedals. You are going to end up sounding like you. And that is the best part about everything. Don't get hung up on, super expensive high-end gear. The thing that I want you to get hung up on is your playing and the way that you're phrasing things, how you're writing songs, how you're writing riffs, and just being yourself. Sometimes, that's not as much fun. So these pedal demos, they're super fun. I love watching them. I watch this stuff on YouTube all the time. It is a huge hobby of mine. I've always been fascinated by tone and, fuzz pedals, different like transistors and like cool delay pedals, things like that. I'm a gearhead. I'm a nerd. But once you start focusing more on the equipment, I think that it's always good to check yourself and take a step backwards and, focus on some theory or focus on learning a whole complete guitar solo of one of your favorite guitar players. So that being said, here is what the pedals were. Some of you guys nailed it. A was the Strymon Riverside. So the Strymon Riverside, even though I use it live on the super high gain gated setting, like super crunchy for all the new album stuff, that one on a lower gain setting to me sounded the most digital. It's because guess what? It is a completely digital overdrive distortion. There are no analog components in it. But Strymon did a really good job with this pedal. It sounds amazing. And I love it. It is on my pedal board until I find something better. So the main problem with the Riverside that I was finding was that it didn't clean up as well as the Blues Driver. But the overall tone was there. If I didn't have a Blues Driver, the Riverside would do just fine. And I would be a little bummed out whenever I did super clean stuff because I rarely turn my Blues Driver off. But it's a great pedal. I love it. Pedal B was the Greer Elliott Little Samson. So this pedal, out of all of them, it was the most natural feeling pedal. Like felt like you're cranking a really, really good Marshall amp. Just like diming it. It was so responsive. It was the fullest in the room out of all three of them. It may not have come across as being the fullest just mic'd up with an SM57, but when you're in the room playing that Greer Little Samson, it is so dynamic. It sounds awesome. However, only when the volume on the guitar is on full blast. Again, once you turn the guitar's volume knob down, I was having trouble getting a nice clean sound. It does not clean up as well as the Blues Driver, but super fun pedal to play. Try it on bass guitar. It is freaking amazing. And that leaves us to pedal C, which was our beloved Boss Blues Driver. All around, greatest overdrive pedal I've ever played. Nothing touches the cleanup. You can have the pedal set so distorted that, drive almost all the way up. And as soon as you turn your guitar's volume knob down, I don't know how they did it. It's sorcery. But something happens and it just gets super compressed. It gets super chimey and cleans up better than any overdrive pedal I have ever heard or ever played or owned, etc. Anyway, I hope that the previous shootout was helpful. Again, I can't stress enough, focus more on your playing and let the gear come second. I think what a lot of people do is they tend to focus more on their equipment. Well, if I had this, if I had this, if I had this, then I'll be able to do this. I mean, that's true to some extent, but you gotta get your chops down and you got to get your songwriting down and your riff writing down. Anyway, enough of the life guitar lesson here. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Cheers.